guys, Late Boy Scout here with the Byrd Meadowlark 2. Sequels are great. In this case, fantastic. I think the Meadowlark 2 and the Caracara 2 are vast improvements over the previous versions. And yeah, I actually think that, well, at least for me, these two knives are replacements for Spyderco's Delica and Endura. Yeah, at least for me they are. I know a lot of you guys are screaming bloody murder right now because I said that. You want to lynch me. But seriously, those knives are extremely, well, not extremely, but they are expensive. These knives are extremely affordable. You know, you might not agree here, but I'm just saying, I think these knives are good replacements, are good alternatives. Again, both from Spyderco and fulfill the exact same role and feel almost exactly the same in hand. So, you know what? I'm taking these instead of the Delica and Endura. But that's just me. Check out that package, eh? Yeah, that's the cool new package from Byrd Knives. I absolutely love it. Totally reminiscent of Spyderco, borrowing the design completely and bringing the brands closer together and giving a little gravitas to the Byrd brand. It's excellent. I think it's fantastic looking. Nice green there, green color there. I think it's gorgeous. Great looking package. So here's the knife. Isn't it pretty good looking too? I think it is. Some of you guys hate the little bird hole there, you know, the sort of talon hole that I call it. I don't mind it. I've gotten used to it. And, you know, I appreciate its functionality. Let's get into the specifications before I start rambling. I've already done that. The size and weight of this blade. The weight is 2.4 ounces, a very carryable 2.4 ounces. The blade length is 2 7/8. The actual cutting edge is 2 3/8. The overall length is 6 13/16. And the close length comes in at 4 1/32, or let's just call that 4. Materials. This thing is made out of 8CR13 MOV steel. That's the blade steel anyway, which I found to be a pretty decent steel. No complaints whatsoever. Nice stainless steel pocket clip, FRN handle scales with this great bidirectional texturing, which is, you know, already been used on the Delica and Endura in their FRN versions. And I feel like this is quite nice. You know, you push up and it pushes back. You push down and it pushes back. That's really cool. It really, really is. And it does have stainless steel liners, screw construction. It's awesome. So there's the materials for you. The locking mechanism is in fact a lockback and works great. Not quite enough weight in the blade to be able to do what I like to do with my Caracara 2, which is just sort of throw that down and close it from there. Not quite enough weight in the blade in my experience. However, you know, two hands, not too bad. Let's talk about the blade shape and the grind. I don't know if you'd call this Spyderco's leaf blade shape. It's sort of a variation on the leaf blade, or the leaf-shaped blade. Yeah, it's kind of a variation. It's their own little, it's got its own thing going on. And that's cool. That's very cool, actually. You know, they've kind of perfected that leaf-shaped blade, but each knife kind of has its own version of that. So I'm going to go ahead and call that sort of its own version of Spyderco's leaf-shaped blade. The grind is full flat ground, which is a big, huge deal, and I love it. Great job on that. Great job on that. Model variations of this blade, of this knife. Well, right now, you've got here the variations that you can get of this knife are the, let's see, you can get it with stainless steel. You can get it in both combo edge and plain edge, I believe. Yeah, stainless steel handles, you can get that version of it. As far as a G10 version, there's no G10 version right now of the Meadowlark 2, but I imagine there will be. You know, there's a G10 version of the Caracara 2, so I imagine that they're going to mirror all those different versions across both knives in time as they have time to manufacture it all. Under the hood, let's take a look, guys. It is stainless steel liners, and yes, they are skeletonized. Good job, Spyderco. I mentioned before that it's screw construction, so you can take this thing apart as much as or as often as you need to get it all cleaned out and lubricated. Good job. Good job doing that on a value knife like this, on a high value knife. Good job. It is an inexpensive knife, by the way. I'll get to the price soon enough. The lockup on it, front to back and side to side, is as tight as I can imagine. It really is. Super tight. How's the fit and finish on it? Well, I'm going to have to give that a hit. Again, I gave the same hit to the Cara 2, which is the spine and choil jimping is a little bit ragged, not quite as machined and good looking as you find on some of the more expensive, more finished looking Spyderco knives. This is only slightly more expensive, the Tenacious, but very finished looking jimping. Very finished looking. The Manix 2 also very, very sharp and finished looking jimping. You know, everything about it is perfectly machined. I'm going to have to give a hit to the Meadowlark, and I already gave that hit to the Cara 2. It's just a little bit ragged. No less effective, however. Other fit and finish items, I think, I can't see anything wrong with it otherwise. You know, the FRN handle feels great. Feels like it's put together really well. It feels like it's some quality manufacturing, some quality QA going on there. So, yeah, fit and finish wise, there's not a lot of hits against this knife. There really aren't. And how does it feel in your hand? Well, it feels a little bit small, obviously, but it feels good. It feels very good, very ergonomic, and that thumb ramp there feels wonderful, and the finger choil there feels wonderful for some nice detailed cuts. And the deployment of this knife is not super fast. Yeah, I can't quite flick it. Let's try that again. Okay, just barely. Just barely. So it's kind of a slow deployment right now, but that would probably change if I spent some time opening it up and cleaning it and blowing out some old lint and factory grease and putting in some fresh lubricant. Probably make a difference. However, yeah, the deployment mode is via that thumb hole, that that Byrd talon-shaped thumb hole. Again, which some of you guys don't like, but again, I'll get to that in aesthetics. Some of you guys don't like it. I don't mind it at all. I've gotten quite used to it. The tip on this thing is as sharp as I can imagine. Sharp as I can imagine? As sharp as it needs to be. Yeah, it's plenty sharp. And it does drop slightly. Drops slightly. I mentioned on the Cara review that it's a pretty noticeable drop right here to the tip. But I think that serves to strengthen it, if anything. This has slightly similar drop, but not as exaggerated. The edge of this blade is good and sharp. It is a combo edge. It's also a chisel ground edge right here. You know, the blade is full flat ground, but the edge itself is chisel ground, meaning that they ground it only on one side. Okay, and the other side, not ground at all. However, that's not super uncommon for combo edges like this. It really isn't. So it doesn't bother me too much. Let's talk about the clip design. Well, you've got a wonderful steel pocket clip, stainless steel pocket clip. Very effective, tight enough, retains in pocket very well. It's repositionable in all ways, so you can have it tip up or tip down on either side. Awesome, awesome. This is an excellent EDC knife. Size makes it a good EDC knife. It is fairly carryable, I'd say, but it's also slightly wide compared to the Cara is about as wide. You know, in the widest portion, it's about as wide. However, because the Cara 2 sinks deeper into your pocket, that wide space is further down. So something about that makes this one more comfortable to carry, slightly more carryable than this. Then again, your experience might be different, and you know, maybe you'll really enjoy carrying this. If so, awesome. I think it's a pretty cool knife. I think it's a pretty aesthetically nice looking knife. It's not the best looking knife I've seen, and again, a lot of you guys hate that Byrd hole. I don't hate it. I don't. You know, overall, I think this is a much better looking knife than the Meadowlark 1. And not the best looking knife on the planet, but you know, not bad. Not bad at all, aesthetically speaking. And as far as the cool factor goes, I think this is a very cool knife. I do. I expect it to be a great performer because, you know, it comes from Spyderco. It's made by the Byrd line, obviously, in China, but Spyderco designed it. So come on, you can expect good things from a knife like this. I think you can. I expect it to perform really well as an EDC blade. It will, you know, the cutting edge is good. It's nice and sharp. Good combo edge on there. Nice and sharp. And just overall, great performer. It's going to be a great performer, I'm sure of it. Now, let's get to that price. What are you going to pay for this thing? Dude, about 19 bucks. Yeah. Yeah, the MSRP is like $29, but the median price that I found is about $19. You'll probably find it for even less, maybe as low as $15. Dude. Great knife for the price. Again, full flat ground blade. Great new shape. FRN feels great. Everything about this knife feels solid, feels well made. It's good looking. Byrd, I mean, you hit a home run here. Love the new packaging. Love everything about these two new knives. Both the Byrd Meadowlark 2 and the Byrd Cara 2. Both big winners in my book. I'm the Late Boy Scout with another knife review. This time, inexpensive yet high quality blades. And, you know, I'm probably going to be doing quite a lot more of that because, honestly, I find high value in good blades that don't cost a ton of money. You can stock up on these things and have lots and lots of options. It's a great idea. It's a great way to go. I'm the Late Boy Scout, guys. We'll see you later.